Hey, what's poppin' all you thrillers? This is your boy, Will the Thriller from the Villa. And guys, today I start my new series called Unfiltered. And today, guys, I will be totally honest with you all about kind of everything that's been going on, at least for this week. But for this first episode, just lately in this year in college and maybe the past year, but just everything that's been happening. But usually it's going to be what happened throughout that week, but just how I'm feeling right now and through this journey I'm going through. But yeah, anyway, before we move on, remember to hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And anyway, guys, without further ado, here we go. Tell other people about the series as well, okay? But anyway, guys, so I have been running an Instagram poll. And actually, my second one is still running because I only want to do these things when my roommates aren't here because I feel like I can be totally, not that I've ever been fake, but I feel like I can totally be honest about everything when my roommates aren't here. Now, not all of it is about them, but I mean, they'll be in it. I'm not going to lie, like, they'll be in it. Different ones of you will be in it. Of course, I don't have any footage to show, I don't have a videographer. If I did, and I was professionally paying them and stuff, then I could do something like Jake Paul Uncut. But I can't do that, guys. So, anyway, I'm going to go through these questions first, and then I'm going to tell you what the series is, sort of. Anyway. Okay, so question number 1. What's the worst thing about middle school? Well, I can sort of answer this two ways. At least worse for me, and then, worse for a lot of people. I think there's a lot of worse things for a lot of people about middle school, but I think what it boils down to is that people didn't mature because some people got bullied, or some people tried to date and they got rejected, or whatever happened. Sorry, my lips are so dry because it's cold outside. But anyway, getting back to the question. See, it's unfiltered, not edited. I'm being totally honest. But, anyway. I think it's the fact that people are immature in middle school. Like, some people weren't able to date people because they got rejected a lot. Or, or, what is it? Or just some people got bullied. Like, people are just immature. That's the whole thing about middle school is why I think people don't like it. Why I don't like it? Sort of the same thing, I guess. What it boils down to is people were immature. And maybe I wish my mind was a little more mature because, I don't know. I heard rumors that there were different people who liked me, but, I wasn't mature enough. I'm still into, video games and stuff, but, back then I played tons of Pokemon, and I still do now, but, back then that's all I wanted to play was that. And I like school, but I wish I focused more on school. But, oh wow, just as I'm discussing this, I get a notification about Jake Paul's series Uncut. But, anyway, yeah, so just all the immaturity and, if I wish I had focused on my schoolwork more. I wish I had an open mind to different people and I think those were the years that started turning me more shy. I was a little bit shy still as well. But I don't know. Sometimes I wish I was an extrovert because there's sometimes that it work out for me. Because I'm an introvert, but sometimes I wish I was an extrovert. But yeah, worst thing about middle school was the fact of mostly just people being immature. But anyway, that's that, I guess. I can get more in depth if you all want me to later. But anyway, I guess comment down below if you want me to talk more about middle school. But anyway, next question. How do I feel about farting in public? There's different ways to approach this, but this one doesn't take as long to answer. I think, and honestly, I used to think, oh, you can just hold in a fart. You don't, and it will never come out. Gas has to come out one way or the other, either through a burp or through a fart. It has to come out of your body some way. The gas will not disappear. So, I mean, there's really... Farting is just a natural thing. Like, what do you either want to burp or do you want to fart? Like, you gotta think of one way or the other. Burps, you can say excuse me. Farts aren't as easy to excuse. But in terms of if I was on a date, you know, when and if I ever go on one, if God allows me to, but you know, I'm sure He will. But like, that's a different thing. But on a date, I'm going to try not to fart. I would rather make it come out as a burp and, like, make a soft or slowed down burp. Like, not make it all come out, like, you know, slow down. That way it's like, you know, you're like, excuse me, like, excuse me again, sorry about that. And, like, especially if you're at, like, say something like Taco Bell or something else. Not that that would be a real first date. I don't know what a first date is. You know me, I've never been on one. But say it's something that's, like, a Mexican restaurant or some, you know, Americanized Mexican food, you know. Some restaurant that has food that's gonna give you gas. Like, you know, you can make a joke about, like, it's something about this food. Like, but you can really only do that with a burp, I think. I don't think you can do that with a fart. But, farting, honestly, if you have to do it, do it. Like, I'd fart a ton. And people don't notice it. And most of the time, they aren't going to blame me. Because I'm not as obvious as I used to be when I was a kid. Now that I'm an adult, I'm more discreet about it. But, you know, it is what it is. Wow, that feels powerful saying I'm an adult. Anyway, next question. Okay, this question is it 18 plus? Now, I think what he's saying, he's also the one who said the past question, but, like, I'm not going to name drop people unless, like, people want me to name drop them, and so, yeah. Anybody on my Instagram poll who watches my YouTube video, if you want me to name drop you, for sure, definitely tell me that, because I don't want to do that unless, like, you give me permission to. That's why when I talk about my roommates, I don't say their individual names. I say my roommates or my roommate or my other roommate and my roommate to differentiate that, oh, this roommate did this, but this roommate did that. But anyway. Or this roommate goes to the same school as me, this roommate doesn't, or whatever. My roommate is out of town, you know. So I'm not going to name drop people. But anyway, this guy's question is, is it 18 plus? Now, I assume he's talking about the series. I want to sort of, that honestly is a really good question. But, so here's what it is. I think I'm going to try to stay away from cussing. That's definitely one thing, despite how mad something might make me feel. I'll try to filter my language. I'll try to filter that. But in terms of, like, what we're talking about, I mean, it depends. Like, I mean, I'm not going to film myself in the shower. Like, I'm not going to do that, you know. That's definitely not allowed on YouTube. But, like, it depends on what we talk about, honestly. And, like, if I feel comfortable talking about it. Like, if it's something that's, like, going to be inappropriate for YouTube or, you know, I mean, I'm not planning on it being, but, like, that doesn't mean you all can't ask me deep stuff. Like, what do I believe about this? What is my opinion on this? Like, you know, I'll straight up say it. You know, you guys can ask me, what's my opinion on sex before marriage, you know. I've talked about racism. That's surely not a kid topic. Anti-racism, you know, trying to end racism, that's not necessarily a kid-friendly topic, you know. Not all the stuff that I'm going to bring up in this series is going to be, like, happy stuff. It's not going to be all joyful stuff. It's going to be stuff that's going to hit close to the heart, and that's the way I want it to be. I'm not doing this to get more views, even though it probably will get more views and more subs. I want you all to get something out of this. Like, I want you all to get to know me better, so these questions, I know, probably, you know, these questions are without the knowledge of what I have planned for this series and what I am doing in this series, but this first episode is really just whatever. I sort of have a focus just talking about different things, and maybe that maybe me talking about different things in this episode will clear up what I talk about in like the next episodes, however long this series is gonna go. But as far as 18 plus, there's no like nudity. There's no like, I don't think there's gonna be any language, but then again, that could change if I just get really mad about something. But probably not any language. Definitely no nudity. Like I said, the topics we talk about may be 18 plus, and I may talk about that. But like this episode, as far as I planned, like I don't plan to talk about stuff like that. But I mean, you guys, when you watch more of my videos, if you haven't already, definitely do. And those of you who are just on my YouTube, go to my Instagram. It'll be linked in under one of my videos on my channel, so go and find that link. But it's just Will Da Thrill with underscores and like 3 L's on Thrill and Will, I think. But yeah, it's just Will the Thrill, honestly. And it's probably linked under the video. And if it's not, you can comment down below and I'll reply back. I'm usually quick on replying to y'all. At maximum, it takes me maybe like a day or two, or if I'm really busy, it'll take like a week. But honestly, I see everything. Unless it's like an insult, like I'll reply back to it. But so yeah, is it 18 plus? Who knows? That depends on what we talk about. Anyway, the next question. Have you wrote a love song yet? Now, this person in particular, I was talking about, I forget what I was saying in my story, but it was something about a song or something, and this person was asking me about whatever, and oh, it was what am I gonna do? What should I do over Thanksgiving break? And I think this person wanted me to write a love song or something like that. In terms of that period of time and the time now, I have wrote a song. It's not a love song, but in terms of have I ever wrote a love song? Of course I have. I have a few of them on my EP that are released, not online yet. I don't know if it'll ever go online, but it's at least in CD format. So if you live near me in Lexington, Kentucky, or just Kentucky in general, you can probably get one. You know, we can meet up at a neutral location and I can probably get you one. You know, I'm not going to meet up with anybody at my house or at your house. It has to be some like restaurant, some establishment that's like neutral. But in terms of have I wrote a love song yet? From the time that you asked me, no, I have not. I'll be totally honest about that. I definitely have not. But in general, yeah, I have. I've wrote tons. Easy to say, at least over 100 within 2 years. But I don't know. I can write a song pretty quickly. If I have a general idea, I can write one in like an hour. Like the one that I wrote within the last 2 weeks, I wrote that within an hour when I got home from work. But anyway, like I got ideas for different lyrics, I think, or just an idea for a lyric maybe before I started writing it while I was at work, and I wrote down really quickly on my phone, and then I just composed it I just made the music on guitar and everything. But yeah, honestly, I have not from the time that this person asked, but I definitely am working on it. I kind of want to go honest with that, which will kind of be a good transition / segue / whatever you want to call it into the next, a transition into the next thing. But have I wrote a love song yet? The thing is though, guys, me not having a girlfriend or a date or anything right now, it doesn't mean I'll never write a love song again, but I kind of, and this may get some people thinking or whatever, like, I don't know. See, this is Unfiltered. I didn't script any of this, so, you know, if I stumble over my words, so what? But these episodes will be about 30 minutes, but, have I wrote a love song yet. Sorry, I'm trying to ponder over it. Hang on. You know, since I don't have a girlfriend and I haven't dated anybody and I'm currently not dating anybody yet, this is my class ring. It's not, it's not a real, like, it's not a wedding ring. I know some people would think that. Not everybody would, but I know the few people out there would think that, but it's not. I've never dated anybody. I've never had a girlfriend. But in terms of a love song, I've kind of told myself this. It's not a standard promise because I could come up with really good lyrics for a love song. But it's hard for me to write a love song right now when I'm in the most stressful environment ever, it seems like, in my life, between my job, school, and even where I live. And even, like, this cool place I go to, CSF, just the social aspect of it is stressing me out. But in terms of love song, like, I kind of don't want to write one until I finally get to date someone. Until I finally get in a relationship with someone. And if that doesn't happen ever, then so what? If I find good lyrics, then so what? But I'm not going to try to find good lyrics for one until, like, I get into a relationship or start dating someone. So for those of you who want a love song, those are the requirements. Unless a good lyric pops into my head, then I'll start writing off of that. But like a lot of love songs I try right now, I just can't finish because it's like every time I write one, you guys got to understand, for a single person, that makes you feel empty. Like, it makes you think about more, and you don't want to think about it. Of course, when it's in a stressful environment, between a stressful job and being in school where you think that you're the slowest learner, and it just feels like you're the dumbest of everybody there, and it's like, all my work's not going to add up to anything. And between going to a social college thing that it just seems like you only go there for the karaoke, and when they don't have it, it's just talking, and you don't even talk to a lot of people because you don't know how to start conversations with people and how to keep the conversation going, and just you're socially awkward, and you hate when you say something that makes everybody go like, what the heck did they just say? Like, they look at you weird, and like, it's stress from feeling like an outcast from that. In a home, like, I'll say this because I don't know if my roommates watch, but like, we have our differences. Like, I know some ways where they probably don't like me, And there's one roommate in particular, I don't like him a whole lot. Like, I'll be honest, like, we can get along, but like, sometimes it's just like, like, I feel like that roommate purposely tries to make me look bad in a social situation, like, makes some, not a joke, but like, says something witty that doesn't make him look like a jerk and that makes him look better than me, I don't like that, because it's like, what's the point of me hanging out with anybody that comes to our house if he's just going to do that? Or like, oh, hey, I'm trying to keep the person's dog from going out there, and that roommate's just like, he's fine. When, like, maybe 5 minutes ago, that person was saying, oh, well, he was trying my roommate, didn't want him, going anywhere. Like, if you were saying that minutes ago, then why are you telling me now that, like, oh, he's fine? Even if he's, like, right at the door, it's one of those, I don't know if panel is the right word, but it's not like a hardback door, it's like the screen or whatever, and you can push it open. It's not like, it can't close. It doesn't say close. You, like, can push it and you can go out. So, like, there's enough room for a dog to go out of that dog's size. And it's like, don't make me look like I'm crazy. Like, I know dogs. Like, so between dealing with that roommate, and no hard feelings between me and my roommates at all. Like, this Unfiltered series is me being honest. So if anybody wants to get mad at me, guess what? I'm being honest. A lot of content creators won't do this. So I don't care, you know, my roommates or anybody else can get mad at me, but between my roommate situation in school and my job and CSF and just trying to do YouTube and Twitch and getting different milestones but not feeling like you're going anywhere, it's just hard to write a love song because then you start thinking about, oh, I really want a girlfriend and, like, I can't get one because, like, no offense, but I'm going to be honest because this is unfiltered. Me, I think a lot of girls my age are actually, I'm 2 years older than a lot of people in the freshman class because I got held back a grade and I took a gap year. So now I'm basically 2 years older than a lot of people. And I just see a lot of people in the freshman class like they're cool, and I know some of them mean well, and maybe I don't know some of them enough, but a lot of the girls at least seem really shallow, and that's not me trying to be mean. It's just what I see, and it's just how I see different girls talk to me. It's like, you know, like, oh, or when I hear what a girl wants, like, it's like, oh, I want an athlete. Oh, I want someone who's in the military. Like, you really don't care about what I do, and it's like, I work so hard, and so that's kind of why I can't write a love song right now, because I don't want to think about it more. Even talking about it now is kind of difficult for me. But, I'm going to be honest, like, I have been, you know, I think I started this journey when I got to college, like, for real. And I think right now the best I can do is just get better at instruments. You know, I'm already pretty good at what I do, but, like, get better at songwriting, I guess, even though I'm pretty good at that. Get better at songwriting, recording, and instruments. And then, if I have extra money to do vocal lessons, I will, but honestly, that might happen right after I get out of college. And once my vocals are good, I want to go on America's Got Talent. So, what I've heard about my vocals is it's around 2-ish something years to, like, I could get good enough vocals to be on there. Like, I've heard it from different people who have good vocals, who have heard my vocals, and, like, maybe someone has been a vocal teacher, but, I mean, I still feel like I need a real evaluation on it, but from what I've heard, it sounds like it's going to be between 2 and 3 years, somewhere in the middle. But, so I've called this thing, it's my 5-year journey, and 2 years of school, if school goes right, but saying everything goes right, and you know, it does, then it'll be 5 years. So 5 years, 2 years of school, 3 years of vocal training or something like that, and I try out for America's Got Talent. And if I do good enough, I don't have to win. Like One Direction, look at them. They didn't win the whole show. They got far enough, and then they got signed, and, you know, they were obviously a success. You know, they broke up in the end, but, like, who knows? They could be a band again in the future. But, you know, like, that just goes to show, like, you don't have to win it all. Like, even if in the end I don't get a music career, I can make a living off of YouTube and Twitch because I'll get so many subscribers and views, and it'll be, like, if that's what I do for the rest of my life and I live in an apartment, you know, like, so what, you know? I'll do other social media as well to get my stuff out, but what if I get a music career? What if I'm the next big topic on the newspaper, on, like, your social media feed? What if I'm the next biggest thing after, you know, America's Got Talent? Like, what if I win it? What if I get close and then the day after, like, I'm on everybody's social media news feed, and, like, I get invited on shows like, you know, Ellen, or, like, oh, I saw Dr. Phil, but not Dr. Phil. That's, like, that's a different crowd. Ellen, and just there are different shows. Jimmy Fallon, different shows. You know what I'm saying. And guys, if I get up to that achievement, which that's the thing, if my voice can even get up there. If it doesn't, I guess I'll figure out a different avenue if YouTube and Twitch hasn't gotten me big by then. But, honestly, I may just sing within my range on my songs, and hopefully that will impress the crowd. But, hang on. Like, this journey, like, I don't just want to do music. That's the thing that I was explaining to somebody today. And this person was like, well, I think that, the music business is hard. And like, yeah, the music business is hard. If all you want to do is music and that's all you're trying to make money from is the music, then yeah, it is going to be kind of hard. But the thing is, like, if I ever get big and like I become famous, I want to do a music career. I want to become an actor. Like, even if I do YouTube, if I still do Twitch, like, I want to be a boxer eventually. Like, seeing the YouTube fights, like, I know those are cheesy and stuff, even though they're real. I still want to do that because, I like to fight. Those are just different avenues. There's many more than that, but definitely gamer, boxer, YouTuber, Twitch streamer, musician. Like, there's endless possibilities of what you can do, I could do so many things, and I just feel like once I get on America's Got Talent and I do good enough, your social media gets a shout out, like it does. I've seen where it shows their social media, and your social media gets a shout out. Like, I will keep up with that stuff if I get big and famous. Like, even if I don't, if I can just make a living off of YouTube and Twitch and do that for the rest of my life, and even if those die, like, I find other social media and hook onto that, and I'm able to do that for the rest of my life, like, I'll do it. I just can't work a 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life. Like, that's what I told myself. I can't work for someone for the rest of my life. Like, all these jobs. Plus, I hate the favoritism. I really hate the favoritism. You only get promoted if, like, they like you. Not if you're doing a good job. It has nothing to do with that. I want to tell you that that's one of the lies that people tell you. Is, it's about doing a good job. Like, sure it is, but I think it's a lot of if they actually like you. If you're a fun person to be around or whatever. What qualifies as fun? Like, extrovert, talking to everybody. Like, I can talk to people. I'm just not going to go up and talk to everybody in the whole wide world. I have a script that I use when I talk to people, but that's it. Like, not that's it, but like, it's just, I don't think I could get promoted, but I doubt it. Like, I see how people look at me, and it's just like, they don't see me as someone who could be, running something. And I don't want to run a company, because then I can't do music. I can't do that. I don't want to be supervisor or an admin, because then you have to be committed to your job. If you're a manager, I can't do that. I want to work for myself. I want my money to work for me. Like, I can't work for someone else for the rest of my life. Literally, when you work for someone else, you're working for their dream and not your own. Like, those are hours I could be using to profit my dream. That I could be using to profit off of my dream. But yet, I can't. Because I have to work a job right now. But if I ever do good on America's Got Talent, which I think I can, then things could change for me. People will know my name. I'll start getting more respect. And just, it'll be way better. And I get to do what I love. Like, isn't that what everybody strives to do what they love for a living? People think I'm about the money. I'm not. The only thing is, I'm not about making the most money. I'm about making enough money to get by with what I'm doing at least. But I want to do more than just get by. I want to thrive. I want to enjoy my life. So, like, I just think I'm meant for more than this. Like, I don't think this is what God's called me to. I definitely see God working in my life, So that's one of the reasons why I'm a Christian, is because I believe he's in my life, but I believe he can change things. I believe he can. I think right now I just have to be patient. Like, I don't have any band opportunities. I've literally been rejected from probably like 2 bands so far in the past 4 months for college. And so I don't have opportunities like I did in high school. So right now, I'll admit, I'm pretty bummed out. In this journey, I feel like it's going nowhere. But I'm going to keep on going, guys. I'm going to keep on going, and hopefully you can support me. And yeah, the robbery did affect me. That happened at Arby's, and it's just like, you know, having someone say, oh, you know, basically F you, you know. See, it is 18 plus. I didn't cuss, but basically I just said F you. But basically the guy in my class said F you. Basically, like, he was glad that I got robbed. So it's like, and not having a girl to, like, not even having a friend, no one to lean on, no one to hang out with me. Like, there's no one. I literally cried myself to sleep. You know, and I still go through the trauma, and like I'm still angry because of that. And at my job, they never told me, oh, you're not allowed to take tips. But yeah, I got a warning for it. And it's like, I didn't argue with them because I wanted to keep my job, but like, how am I going to get in trouble for something that you didn't warn me about? Like, that's probably one of my few warnings I get before I get fired. And that counts for a warning. Like, that shouldn't count for a warning. I don't care if warnings, like, I don't care that warnings, you know, don't affect, like, your status in the job. Like, you can still get promoted, you can still do all this. It doesn't make you look bad. But still, like, it's still one of my warnings that are used up that now, like, yeah. So, guys, I'm really trying here. I'm really trying. I'll admit. I feel lonely a lot. I wish I did have a relationship. But I think this is what makes me stronger is my job that I'm in, where people verbally abuse me, just say stuff about whatever about me. Or my past job where like, oh, can I get someone who knows what they're doing? Like, are you really going to say that to me? Like, who are you? Who do you think you're talking to? 2 years, I'll be making more than what you make in 5 years. You know? Like, I'll be making way more than you. Like, or those girls who reject me, like, in my mind, I'm like, who do you think you are? You know, I know you're going to be running back to me once I get famous. And, like, I'm not going to give a crap. That's the thing. Any of you all who care about me, who, like, are actually for me, show me right now. Because later on, when I get famous, because I know it's going to happen, because I think everything I'm going through now, there's supposed to be some sort of... Gosh, hang on. But anyway, it got quieter. But anyway, I'm going to tell y'all what. If you guys